Hey everybody, get my camera kind of down a little bit. Hey everybody, it's Lane. I am back. This is Crafty Life Mom, and we are doing Christmas in July. So today is my third craft for Christmas in July. It's probably going to be the last one that I do for Christmas in July. I had two other crafts I wanted to share with you guys, but don't worry, we'll be saving those to do a little bit later on when we start getting ready to decorate for Christmas. But today I am so excited to show you what I am going to be making. This was a little bit planned out. And if you watched the last two Christmas in July crafts, I actually had planned to make this craft a couple days ago. And while I was preparing to go live, I realized if I had a couple more supplies or materials, then this would be a whole lot better. And so I quickly ordered or got those things, and they came in yesterday. And I am so excited to share it with you today. I think this is going to be a really nice wreath. So the craft project today is a wreath. And it's a little bit different. It's not your typical deco mesh wreath or your wreath that you have with, a bunch of floral picks like all the way around. This is still going to have some of that, but it's going to be with the split balls. And if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, the split balls are these wooden ball beads. Now these are 2-inch beads, and they are cut in half. So they're not, they're hard to hold. They're not all the way around the ball. They are flat on the back, and that is so you can glue them, and from the front they look like a bead. So today we are going to be making a split ball wreath. And in my description, I actually shared 2 links that are going to be 2 materials that if you want to duplicate or replicate exactly what I'm making, then those links are there. They are affiliate links. They are there for your reference. And then I picked up this wreath foam or form. This is like it's not wood. Well, I guess it is wood, but it's like an MDF wood. So it's kind of like a cardboardy feel. I actually got this from Hobby Lobby, and it was half off. Normally $6.99, so I only paid $3 and 50 cents for this wreath form. And this size, just so you guys know, this is the 16-inch size wreath form. So there's that. It comes in different sizes, and you can get the split balls in any size as well. But just so you know, I got the 2-inch ones. They are a little bit more pricey. And this batch that I got, I have to be honest with you, like it kind of came in like freshly cut. And it's even got like it was a kind of wet and moldy even a little bit on some of them. It was a huge giant bag, and I actually linked a different one that looks better. The one that I got, there was not some great reviews, and I know why now, but I'm still going to use them. They look fine. We're going to actually be staining these or like lightly painting these to just give them a little bit better look. You can totally use them natural, which originally was what I was going to do, but because some of mine just have, some spots on them because they are wood, I'm gonna fix them a little bit better. So let's see here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add my top screen. If you guys hear any feedback, could you please let me know in the comments. And if you're new to watching any of my crafts or my DIY videos, make sure I'm using StreamYard. So make sure that you accept StreamYard so that I can see your name if you actually put a comment, because it will only tell me Facebook user, or it will say YouTube user, because I go live in both places. And so StreamYard is the service that I use for that. So if you give them permission, I'll be able to see your name. And let's see what else I'm trying to think. Did I forget something? I'm not sure. I feel like I forgot something, and I know I forgot to get out my paint, or is it like a paintbrush? So I got to go do that. But yes, so if you're new, then just make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And sprinkle the video. That's what I was going to say. Sprinkle the video and share this if you know anybody who would like to make this or would be interested in this kind of craft. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my double screen. It doesn't allow me just to do the overhead screen, so I'm sorry, you kind of have to have my face there. But here are all of my wooden balls. And then I did find at Hobby Lobby the other day these picks. They were $1.99 for these Christmas picks, so not too bad. You know that pretty soon all of their Christmas and their fall things will be going like at least 30-40% off soon. So you'll be able to get these even cheaper. But because we're doing Christmas in July, I did pay the full price for these. I got 2 of them. We're going to layer them with the wreath here with the split wood balls. But I'll get that off later. So let me grab a paintbrush for my paints, and I'm going to lay down here the gel stain that I'm going to be using. So I had my shirt. I was making some monograms earlier today, and I had left that out. All right, so I'm just going to kind of use this fatter brush here, and I have a couple of gloves. So I'm going to pull those out just to kind of protect my fingers a little bit, hopefully. And then I also have some foam brushes. So you can get a pack of these from the Dollar Tree. They are only $1 for like 5 or 6. So totally worth it to keep them on hand. Those foam brushes, though, they're not the best. If you want a little bit better quality, then get them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They don't, for some reason, these like halfway down, they start to flop and kind of fall apart. So, all right, so let's see here. Let's get started. I'm going to just paint these wooden balls, these gel stain paints. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They were 30% off. So every time they have any kind of, like if you are a frequent Hobby Lobby shopper, each week there's like a different category or department that's on sale. So like last week it was like table decor. So all things for your tiered trays, all things for, let me think, like, I don't know, just things that can sit on a shelf or your wood like your tables, all of that kind of stuff. Those were all on sale. This week it is all your wall decor. So it's like all your, mirrors and all your art and, you know, like things that you hang on the wall, anything that goes on the wall, that's all half off. So if you are a frequent shopper like me, they just cycle through all their departments every single week. So it's fun for me because it gives me an excuse to go every week, right? All right. So I'm going to start with the foam brush just to see kind of how this plays out. I have not used this particular gel stain before. I've only used the Waverly, and let's just see. I don't want it to be super dark, and it looks kind of like it might be. So, you know what? I have these like brushy things, these makeup sponges. I keep these right here next to me just to kind of wipe away. Let's see. I'm going to experiment with this one for just a little bit because I really, really, really don't want it to be that dark. I want it to kind of be a little bit darker than the color it is right now. So let me think about this for just a second. This is going to be, let's see. I'm going to grab some water because I think that that's going to help mute this down. And then it's not really a gel like I was thinking it was. It does say gel here, gel stains, but it's not as translucent as, well, it says translucent on the thing, but it's not as translucent as I thought. Like, look at that. like almost pure paint. So I'm gonna step away for just a second and I'm going to grab some water. So just bear with me. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm back. I'm so sorry. I had to go get some water because this paint was not translucent like it said it was. So I want it to be very watery, I guess, is what I was going for here. So that is a little bit better when it comes to these split balls and staining them. So here you go. See the difference? You can see what was like super dark versus the lighter. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna kind of keep making that little mixture here. Let me just dip my brush into this and pull out a little bit and just keep mixing with the water here. And then hopefully this will go a lot quicker. Yeah, so much better. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of brush this on, and I almost need to get a towel to kind of dry that off, but I think it's gonna work out okay. And I'm just gonna quickly brush over these. So if you're just joining me, these are called split balls. And I don't know if you've ever seen anybody make any of these before, but it's a split ball wreath or a wooden ball wreath. And let's see, probably sometime last spring is when I first kind of recognized what they were. And I'm gonna move this over here, this water cup. And so I knew since like springtime, I wanted to make one. Now you can do it for any season. I'm doing a Christmas one since it's Christmas in July, but you can totally do it for any season you want. So we're gonna do Christmas in July, and I'm doing a darker stain. If you purchase these though, I would like to see, if you do end up making a wreath like this, I'd love to see it first of all. Second of all, I think that these, if you get them natural, they will look so good for like spring and that natural tone color. You know what I'm talking about? Mine just, like I said, when I got them, the way that I got them, it was like kind of wet on the inside of the bag. And I had to open them up and like let them air out. You can kind of see there. See how it's kind of like some of them were moldy. Those were the worst of the worst. And so I washed them and kind of sanitized them here. So mine, unfortunately, don't have that pure natural look. So we're just going to work with it and give them a little stain here. And this one is like kind of one of the bad ones. And just see how it goes. That's all we can do. All right, so I'm just getting this, like basically my brush is wet and there's just a little bit of that gel stain color in the water, just to kind of darken up these split balls. That's what they call them, split balls. Let's see. And then this wreath, I'm just going to, so majority of the wreath is going to be this. So there's not any deco mesh on this wreath. So it's not like your traditional wreath. It's just going to be, you know, a wooden ball. And then I am going to make a bow for this. So if you stick around for that, I will show you how I make like one of those like boutique bows. Now, I did have a bow maker, a wooden bow maker, and I was going to use that. and I could not find it to save my life. And I think it is because I have it either stashed away with my fall or my Christmas ribbons from last year. And since I haven't pulled out those decorations yet, then I don't have it. So I'm gonna have to wait for me to pull it out. But I did think about on Amazon, they have this thing called an easy bow maker. And so if you're not really good at making any kind of bow, the Easy Bow Maker is a very good tool to get to help you make bows, and there's tons of tutorials out there as well. So definitely look into getting one of those. All right. So let's see, we have a couple people here. If you give StreamYard permission, you guys, I'll be able to see who is live with me or joining me. So I would love to know who is out there. So I'm just giving them a little bit of color. So this looks a little bit more like a honey walnut now. And we're just gonna kind of let them dry versus like this, right? So this one's kind of like speckled. It's one of the ones that was kind of wet when it arrived. I didn't leave a review, but I should probably go back and leave a review. But on the ones that I actually purchased, they're no longer available. So I'm thinking they know that there was either, I don't know, some bad batches sent out or something. But anywho, the ones that I linked down below, they looked pretty promising, just so you know if you're looking at that. I'm so thirsty today. All right, so we just got a few more to go. I went ahead and like pre-measured out these wooden balls that it's going to take to go around our ring here. And one bag will do it, but I ordered 2, so I do have another set, but they're just as funny looking as these wooden ones. So I don't know, maybe I'll make 2 of these, maybe I won't and just return them. I'm not sure. I ordered them back in June, so I might not be able to return them now. Might be a little late. Okay, almost done. Got about 5 left, I think it is 5. Not sure. So you guys tell me, what are you doing on this crafty Saturday? Are you doing anything? Are you working on any projects? Are you ready for Christmas and fall? I have been looking into different fall projects. I'm gonna do the bottom of that one. Fall projects that I want to do and share with you guys. I always try to do a different spin on every year, like what I make. Like I use what I have and work with what I have, and then just try to add to it or change and modify. Do you guys do that, or you just do the same thing every year? Like leave a comment and let me know. Hey Tempty, how are you? I just saw your name there. How you doing? Getting excited. All right, let's see here. A little bit more to go. I'm redoing a few that kind of didn't hold the color. Might have had these a little too wet. So if you're just joining, these are wooden balls that I ordered off of Amazon. I put the link down there below to order the same. And they are cut in half, right? So they're split in half. And they're called split balls. And we are going to glue these to this ring right here to make a split ball wreath. So it's a little bit different than your traditional wreath. It's gonna be a Christmas one, so it's gonna be fun. And I think it's gonna turn out really well, so we'll see. I've never made one of these before, and I've never stained these wooden things before, so First time for everything. We're gonna do it live on here. And it's not, they're not like holding this stain too well. So may have to do, see, like this one looks a little, I don't know. I mean, the bottom doesn't really matter, but I do want it to be kind of even on the tops. So see what I get here. I might just have to go with it. They just kind of look like, don't they look like peanut butter balls? Like in the picture on my screen, like looking how it looks on the camera, they look like peanut butter balls, like that you would eat or something. So you guys, this might be a flop on these wooden beads. I might have to redo it, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. All right, I have these 3 left, and we're just gonna give them a little bit of this razzly dazzle here and call it good. You see how I have these 3, and they kind of came molded like this one, and I was kind of upset about it, but we're gonna make the best of it because it is what it is, and that's all I can do. All right, so I'm gonna make that one kind of dark because that was the one that was like the worst of them all. And they're just like, they are like these little domey shapes. They're kind of hard to stain evenly, but in the end, I think it's gonna look really good with the ribbons and the tones that I have picked out for the Christmas wreath, so. All right, let's see here. Here we go. All right, that's done. All right, so there they are. They're not all that great. Let's see here. There we go. Getting better. A little bit better. Well, this one could use a little help. All right, I just want to make sure, give it the best chance. Might not be, but how are we looking? I think some of these earlier ones didn't get the best color here, so I'm just going to brush a little bit more on those. See, looking a little better. That one's like the worst one right there. I don't know if you can tell in my camera like I can, but these are all sort of the same color. So this is the long part of it. It's just the way it is. Okay. All right, so here they are. I have them on this plate platter. Oh wait, I'm off camera a little bit. Ooh, I just go the wrong way. So you can kind of see they're okay. They got the wood grain going. I'm gonna move these off to the side and just let them kind of dry for a minute. And while they dry, I am going to I'm going to make our bow. All right, so our bow, let's see, let me kind of move that back. Our bow is going to, so I just want to show you, okay, the other link that I put on for Amazon, this is what I had in mind. Let me show you here. Camera. These vintage, you see these? Vintage bells. They kind of, let me hold them back. See how they are? They kind of dangle back like that, and they make the prettiest sound. Anyway, I don't plan to ring them, but on a door when it opens, I just think that that would be so pretty. So they come in a set of 4 like this, and they cascade, like they're all different lengths. And I know some of you are probably going to cringe, but I'm going to cut the longest one off, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. I got 2 packs of these, so I may add this one to my other pack when I make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, so here's the bells, right? And they come like that. Let me cut off this. And what I was thinking was these would hang in the center of the wreath. And I just like 3 versus 4 for the size wreath that I'm doing. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so it's a little bit tighter hanging wise, like that. Let me see, and we do I just want it to be super tight. Okay, let me pull it that way. So kind of like that. You see how those 3 are kind of hanging in that little cluster? That's how I am planning to do it. And to help hold it there, I just have some pipe cleaners. Okay, and I'm just gonna pipe cleaner it together, like in place. I'm just doing it as tight as I can, like this. I'm just gonna wrap it. Around until it just kind of wraps all the way. Just try to tuck that tail in. Same thing with this, okay? So I know I have these like extra loops here, but I'm gonna leave them for right now, and that's how it's gonna hang in the middle of our wreath, okay? So let me go back to my overhead here. All right, so just imagine like the bow is gonna be like here hiding this, and then we're gonna have our wreath, right? This thing, and those 3 are gonna hang in the middle. So is it starting to look a little more Christmassy? Does it make sense where I'm going with it? So I linked these if you want these, and then I linked the split balls if you wanna recreate this look. Because Christmas, when there's an idea out there, and this to me is something that is kind of rare. Now, I haven't seen anything like this in any of the craft stores, but it doesn't mean that they won't get it, or some kind of variation of it in. But on the fact that they don't, or it doesn't happen, I wanted to go ahead and share the link with you guys early, because you never know with Amazon here lately. It's just been a little weird, and it takes longer than 2 days, and I don't know. Anyway, okay, back to the bow. So this is gonna be like our thing that cascades. Now I have this hunter green, like velvet green, dark green. I never know which way to go on this camera. It's always backwards. Ribbon, it's wired edge. We're gonna be using that. I think I'm gonna definitely throw in the black, because remember my last 2 crafts, it wasn't traditional red and green, it was more of the blacks, the whites, the gold. We even said something about like a Great Gatsby kind of vibe. So I have this kind of gold in there. The champagne gold is what I really, really like. So, and I think, I mean, it's a little bit different color than this like bronzy gold. This is almost like a rosy gold, not quite, but it's, you know, mirroring that side of the family of the golds. And then this ribbon, it tends to have like a little silver shimmer in it. So it's gonna work out okay. I know it's not exact, but anyway. All right, so to make the bow, I wanna make this so you guys can see as much as possible. It's so much easier when you have an easy bow maker, just so you know. You wanna have like, start with like a good amount for your tail. And then what you wanna do is lay down a pipe cleaner like this, okay? And this is going to be our center. So when we get to this part, we're gonna twist the ribbon, because we want the tail to be the pretty side up, and we want our loop to loop also with the pretty side up, okay? So that's kind of like the thought here that we are doing, okay? And so you kind of want to make this super easy. I'm trying to do this as easy as I can tell you without having an easy bow maker. You're gonna do about 4 or 5 inches to the left, like this. This is gonna be a little harder to show. And you know what, just for the sake of this, let's just do it face down because I want to make this as easy as possible. So that's my tail. We're just gonna let it be whatever it is, like 7 to 8 inches, okay? And then we're gonna go 4 inches, 5 inches to the left, like this, okay? When you get to your center here, twist it, come back like this, and do the same amount on this side. You see that? So I have a loop here and a loop here in my tail. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just let my tail be like this. And it may help if we just make this like our easy bow maker. Put it up like that, okay? Now, I'm gonna just cut this. Always cut it at an angle just in case. Now I'm gonna go in with this black and I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna start with my tail going this way. So I'm gonna go down here, pinch, and I'm gonna twist this little ribbon around. So when I do my loop, which you gotta pull off a good amount here, okay? You gotta twist it all the way. When you do your loop, which I twisted it backwards, so you wanna go the direction the ribbons want to go here. We're gonna go back here, so the same. Once I get to the center here, I'm gonna flip it again, whoop, like that. And I'm gonna make another loop. Let me move my ribbon around here, okay, just so you guys can see. Let me move it up. Make sure it's about the same, like that. There goes my tail. Cut it that way. All right, now, next ribbon is the gold ribbon. And we're gonna do the same thing. So, see so far what I have here? And we're gonna pull out some of this. This might be a little bit harder, but we're gonna, and we always like, so if I ended my tail here, I'm starting with my tail there for my next ribbon, okay? So I'm gonna put my, and I'm just gonna cut this with a prettier, it actually won't matter actually because I'm gonna go back and recut the tails, but just so you know. So I'm gonna do that. Now to show you this twist, right? So I want the pretty side up. So I'm going to twist it like this, just like halfway to the back, right? So the pretty side is up in the center here, but then you see how it's the bad side, right? The inside. And that's fine. That's what we want because when we make this loop, right, it's gonna flip over. It will show our pretty side. I'm hoping I'm making sense, right? See that? Okay, I'm hoping. All right, so there's that. Now we're gonna cinch it back to the middle, okay? And I keep pulling up my 2 little tails here, my pipe cleaner, okay? All right, and then once I get to the middle, I have to do the same thing. I have to twist it back. Again, pretty side down, take my ribbon, and it always helps if you're using wired ribbon, guys, just so you know, okay? Have that there, pull it up, and I'm gonna end on this side with my tail. All right, and I'm gonna do, I think, let's just go ahead and do one more green and one more black with that, okay? So here's my green ribbon. You see how it's all curling on me, right? Well, that's totally fine. So I'm gonna start with my tail over here. Doesn't matter how long my tail is because like I told you, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna reclamp or recut those to have like a prettier edge, okay? So I lay it down, face side up. I'm gonna twist in the center, twist. Now the pretty side is down, right? And it's all, look how it gets all tangly on me. That's okay. We're gonna work with it. We just gotta kind of make sure that I'm showing face side down. That's where my loop is gonna go, okay? Like that. See how it's working? And I did this one a little bit shorter than the golds and the other ones. All right, and then same thing here. Once we get to the middle, I'm gonna flip it back down. Just a half of a turn, I guess, is what you would say. And then I'm going to make my little tail. And you just kind of have to move your spool of ribbon around so that you can work with it so you don't lose your place. You don't want to lose your placement of where you're at, okay? So I want this one to be a little shorter like that, okay? And I'm going to cut that. And I really, really love this velvet green ribbon. Hobby Lobby, it's $5.99 normally. It's not on sale yet, but $6 for 30 feet is really, really good. All right, I had this too in the black and white, and I thought that would be really pretty going in it. So I think I'm gonna end with that. Or I could have done this polka dot, but this is not wired, and so I don't wanna use something that's not wired. Or you could even do something like this to lighten it up if you want something like all seasons. I'm going for Christmas, so I'm gonna do this black and white one that I have. Twist. I'm just gonna keep my pipe cleaner cinching here. Okay. Twist. And again. Unravel this a little bit more. It gets janky on me too, where it's hard to handle as soon as you get going, but you just got to keep working with it. It's so much easier with the Easy Bow Maker. I think I'm gonna have to order one of those just so I can do some future bows with you guys, just to kind of show just how easy it is. Okay, all right, so I'm getting where I've got like all my ribbon here, and I'm just smashing and pushing it down, smashing and pushing it down, and cutting that. All right, so that's gonna be our bow. So when you get to this point, remember it's just kind of like resting in the pipe cleaner, but I need this tails part to be to the back. So we're just gonna kind of move this whole pipe cleaner thing to the back, see? Let me get in my camera. So now I'm just gonna pull it like that, okay? And then you can either like pull your pipe cleaner and just twist it, or you can tie it like in a little knot tie, and then cinch it down. That's what I kind of like to do, just to get it as tight as possible, and then just kind of twist it like that. And then we're gonna leave these little tails right here, okay? Because we're gonna secure the bells. Okay, you see where I'm going? All right. So now, once you have this part of your bow, it looks pretty, right, flat and smashed. You just want to go ahead and start fluffing it up how you want it. And I really like how this is. And if you have like a piece that is just you know, too fluffy or too long, you can just kind of push it towards the back. It's going to really take its shape though once we get it on our actual wreath. So just remember that. And sometimes it's like good to take your tails and pull them down away from your loops. You can even pull some to the back so that you can get these loops kind of up there. Looking a little better now, okay? And that's just kind of up there. I have a big loop right there. And a big one right there. So it's kind of looking a little better. I realize that this looks black on camera, but it's not. I promise it's a green. It's a real pretty green. All right. And so you can kind of see. How are we looking? Does that look a little bit better? I'm kind of digging that. And you can kind of like take these and you can give them a little bit of a curl if you want, or like a little wave with the wires. And then, like I said, we'll cut those tails once we get this actually on our wreath. So I'm digging this so far. This kind of gives it the glam attribute here, I guess is what we'll say. And I have some tails that are kind of long, you know, all different kind of sizes. We don't want them to be too even. We want them to be kind of, you know, a variety. We're going for that cascaded look. All right, so I'm going to move the bow to the side and we're going to get to gluing now our wooden balls onto our wreath form and put it all together, okay? All right, so here's the wreath base, and just going to show you my bow here on this. It's a little big, actually. It might need to be, we might need to take it down a notch. I'd hate to do that. We just put it together. What do you guys think? Let's see. It says hi to the Facebook user. You have to accept StreamYard so that I can see who is commenting, if you're commenting at all. You cannot make bows, Teresa. It is hard to make bows. I can make another one because this one, see my wreath here? Like, this bow is maybe too big. So we may have to make one a little smaller. I think that's what we're gonna have to do because I do have some greenery that I wanna add. So I can definitely save this one for something else. Let me just back up here. And re-show a bow if you want to. We can do that. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep going. I want to show you the picks that I got. So I got this. This is just your normal eucalyptus. One bundle at Walmart was a couple bucks, and look, you could split it into two and use it. You could also get these. I got these, I think, from Joann's. They were on clearance. It just says Bloom. I don't really know what this one is, but like you could do this, and I just think that it's really pretty. Kind of just shape it to my curve here. Like to go down the sides here of the wreath with the little bit of a Christmas pick. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, not the other eucalyptus one. It's a little bushy for me. So let me go ahead and cut off my tag. And I don't think that I'm going to use this such of a big tail here. We'll cut that down. So, all right, let's see. If I have my wooden balls here ready to glue. All right, so I'm just gonna start, let me see. I'm gonna start here where you guys can see. I'm just gonna start putting some glue and putting a wooden ball, okay? Next to it, I'm gonna do some more. And I'm just gonna work my way around my wreath, putting on these wooden split balls, okay? And I'm putting them in the center, but I realize you could do Like you could do it on the edge, or you could kind of push it outward and you get a bigger like circumference. But I'm feeling like the center here is the safest to keeping it intact, like on there and not falling off, right? Okay. So what do you guys think? Do you like the split ball wreath idea, or you think, no, it's not for you, not traditional, you like the traditional poofy ones better? We got a poofy bow going on. If you like a poofy bow. Let's see. Let me get this going on right here. Getting that. And like as I work around, this is kind of getting some weight to it. Because like I said, these are wooden balls. So they are pretty decent in size. I have seen where some people have actually taken the Dollar Tree ping pong balls, like a pack of 6, and cut them in half or put a hole in them and then like string it on a wire and paint them to look like wood. But that kind of seemed like a lot of work when you could just order the split balls from Amazon. Obviously that's a lot cheaper, but that's an option if you know you don't want to. I think these were maybe $10 or $12. I forget what the link said there for a big pack of them. And the pack is going to do this 16-inch wreath, and you can see like it's looking pretty good here. And I'm going to not go all the way. Like you're going to see where I think I'm going to leave a spot. I can't remember what I decided when I was measuring. But we're just putting these on and working our way around. I do kind of like the way that the wood balls turn out. They kind of look a little rustic, and with the vintage bells here, I think it's going to give us a cool look, you know, that was unexpected, but kind of turned out pretty cool in the end. So I don't know. We'll see. You guys will tell me, I guess, what you think. You either love it or you hate it. I think I'm going to love it, though. All right, let's see. All right, I got one left. Now I do have 3 more wooden balls. Like I do have 3 left in my bag. So 3 would have finished it off if I wanted to do something very minimal. Like I could have gotten away with, you know, just doing the whole thing. But because I'm going to be adding floral picks and a, what do you call it here? I'm going to be adding, I don't know why my camera just turned off like that. So sorry, guys. Let's see if I can get it back up. You might have some frequency feedback, so I'm going to have to mute it. There we go. Is that better? Oh, wait, let me put it back on. Okay. All right, well, turn to the angle. So sorry. All right, so you can kind of see here, this is my top, right? That's what I'm working with. And we're going to hang these down the center here is what I would like to do. Okay, kind of like that. And then we're going to add some floral picks. like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one probably to like right here. And I have one more like this that we're gonna do for the other side. What do you guys think? Thinking kind of like this. So I probably need to cut it right here. All right. And I just kind of like want to overlap this a little bit, because then I have these little tiny Christmassy ones that I kind of want to like have coming out the sides. Let me cut this off. Let's see right here. Trying to get to where like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put my bow in the middle. What do you guys think? Do you think that the bow is too big that I made? Let me show you my bow if you're just joining. But these are the bells that we have hanging, and this is our like kind of Christmas wreath. I wish this would have, let me see if I can, I don't know if I can turn it. So you guys get it. There we go. Can you kind of see? You can see my computer. I just want you to be able to see it how I'm seeing it. And of course my, look, that's gonna hang down my little cords here. Okay. All right. Does that look better? Can you see that a little bit better? Move that back. Now you can kind of see the look that I'm looking at. All right. So what do we think so far? Do we like how this is going to kind of go? Kind of like this with the vintage bells, the wood split balls, and the bow. I feel like this bow is too much. See? We need a smaller bow. So for time's sake, what I'm gonna do is, let's see here. Let's go ahead and secure all of our florals and our bells down, and then we'll make a little bow. So pipe cleaners are your friend. And so what I'm gonna do is, you see, I'm gonna leave this little loop here as part of how I'm going to hang it like on the wall. So I'm just going to use a pipe cleaner here to secure my bells. I may have to do this up high just to kind of get a better grip. Okay, so you can kind of see the back of the balls on the wreath form there. Kind of see how like they were just glued on. See that? All right. So I'm just kind of securing it like that. And then let's see if I can Might do 2 just to kind of really get this on good. I don't want them going anywhere, so I'm putting 2 more crisscrossed here. I'm gonna flip them all to the back. Ooh. I'm kind of just wrapping this around like that. And you just leave it through there just to kind of help. Secure it. All right. All right, so there's that. All right, looking a little bit better now. All right, so now I'm gonna pull out a few more pipe cleaners, and I'm just gonna lay these underneath like this, one on the left, one on the right. I'm wrapping these other tails to the back here to kind of help secure my floral picks, okay? So I just kind of want to find the best way that they lay. And I'm going to do the same thing where I just take this down and I'm going to just crisscross it like you would a regular wreath. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to lift up this branch just so it's kind of hidden and like securing it down. Okay. And that's one. There's my other one. It's like laying all over me. Sorry. All right. And this one, I'm going to just kind of tuck the, let me see, my little pick here. I'm going to retie on this side and go back down. And then same thing here. I'm just going to lift this one and secure it. Point it down and just twisting it. And then we can always go back and like fluff these later. Then I have my 2 Christmas picks, which I need to shape this a little bit better here. So and there's this I need to cut off. I need to cut just a little bit this tail. Okay, it's kind of bothering me. I'm just gonna bend this floral to kind of shape the circle here of the wreath, right? Because I want it to kind of come down but hang kind of natural looking. That makes sense. Same thing over here. This one's bent a little too far in. So we're going to bend it back and around like that. All right, then where did they go? The 2, oh, right up here on my computer. The 2 Christmas picks, right? So this one I'm just going to slide in there, and then I have that pipe cleaner still working for me. So I'm just going to take it and secure it to the back with the other piece. And this is why I say we need a bow, because you have all this like pipe cleaner. And I did pick this natural color. You can just order it off of Amazon. I always keep a big stash of it. But, you know. All right. And the other one we're going to do in this way. Make sure I'm sticking. Oh, that didn't even get in there, did it? kind of hard to see. There we go. It's going somewhere now. I'm gonna get in there good. Kind of have to shove it in between all your pipe cleaners and branches. Try not to get leaves tied down. All right. I'm gonna pick it up and just kind of show you where it's at from here. I'm just kind of tying off these pipe cleaners to the back. So it's kind of looking like this. Now you can see like this one is kind of like hanging forward instead of outward. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of try to reshape that a little bit without losing too much of my that look a little bit better. And then these, because they have the little snow on there, it kind of gives us the little Christmas vibe is starting, especially with those bows. All right, so let's revisit the bow situation because I made a bow earlier. It took a little bit of time. I explained it, but you guys saw that it did not fit. It was way too big for this wreath. So I still want to use like 3 ribbons. I still want to use the green. I still want to use the gold for sure. So let's just do another version of that without the easy bow maker kind of style. So you still want to do the tails, okay? But I'm gonna just kind of do the pretzel bow where you just kind of do it like this, right? So much shorter. Kind of looks like that pretzel. See that? So I'm gonna just lay that there. I'm gonna do another one with the gold. Oops. We're just doing the short pretzel. Okay. This might be even a little bit easier than the bow maker thing. See how I just kind of did 2 loops and then it's the pretzel looking way? Like that. Okay. It's just layering it the same exact way. And I'm just going to do the skinny black. And that's it. I'm not going to do the white one too. Just going to do the skinny black. Same thing. We're just going to pretzel it. 2 loops. And this is almost the exact same thing that we did with it with the pipe cleaner, but I'm making these loops more like 3 to 4 inches instead of the 5 to 6. I like the longer, bigger bow, but this one, it turned out to be too big. All right, so you see how I've got 2 tails here, right? Once you get it to this point, we're just going to start squishing our pretzels together. Squish the center of the pretzel, pull your tails, and I'm just holding and pinching. You can see that was a little long, so I'm rebending it to be equal. Same thing here. Okay. Pulling our tails down, still pinching it here and here, and then this big pretzel, so it looks like that. Going to just do the same thing. Squish it to the center. I'm just using my fingers. Just squish it like this. See? Gonna bend these. I'm gonna add it with the gold and the black. Pulling all my tails separate from my loops. Now that's a little bit better. And then I'm going to take this pipe cleaner from the front, pinch it towards the back, and then get to the back. I'm just going to twist this down a lot. Okay, so now I have 6 tails and 6 loops. And the good thing about this bow is if you don't tie it, you should be able to pull any tails. You kind of see what I'm doing here? Where the loop was too big, so I'm pulling the tail to shorten the loop. Okay. All right. Now, I'm just going to open these up to apply this bow. You can kind of see what I'm doing there. It's kind of sideways, so I'm straightening it from the front first. You can kind of see that. All right, and this is like pretty much it. What do you guys think? Put a comment down. I appreciate you guys sticking out with me for this long. I know it's been like an hour, but what do you guys think about this wreath? Do you like this style? Are you gonna try it, or you're gonna stick to the other kind? Like, leave a comment and tell me what you think. I would love to know what you think about it. I'm gonna hold it back just so you can kind of see. It's kind of hard to see with all of my background here, so let me lay it back down. You can kind of look at it like that. I'm just gonna move my tails all around here. I still feel like this bow could be better, or these could have been spread out just a little. But I really do like the way that this turned out. I really do. I think it's really pretty. It's kind of a different spin. And the bells are just such a nice touch with the wooden balls. So I'm digging it. I love it. What do you guys think? Let's see. Debbie says she likes it. It looks so cool. Thank you guys. It looks great. The smaller bow did work. Yes, I agree. The other one, it's really pretty, but way too poofy. Might look good on a present. But that's how I learned how to make bows, with the wooden dowel. So I'll have to definitely do like some bows, different bows. Maybe we'll do that as a Facebook Live. We'll have like a bow class. So I am going to go hang this up and take some pictures, and I will share over on Instagram and some still shots where you can actually see it like styled a little bit with a background that's not so crazy like my craft wall here. And you guys will definitely have to leave a comment on that and let me know what you think. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you stuck around with me and watched, and I will see you guys next time. When I come back, we will do some fall crafting. And yeah, maybe some pumpkins are in our future, some painting. I will see you guys next time. Bye.